A large statue of an Asiatic was found at the Hyksos capital of Avaris. David Rohl suggests that this was the statue of Joseph. What are the facts? Find out on this episode of Ancient Egypt and the Bible. Today, we are going to talk about the so-called statue of Joseph found at Avaris. If you like these videos and wish to help the channel, please hit that subscribe button and please leave a comment. It helps feed the algorithm. And if you wish to support this channel financially, please consider becoming a Patreon member or perhaps purchasing my forthcoming book. Please use the affiliate link below. The statue in question today comes from a tomb located at the ancient Hyksos capital of Avaris. The statue is badly damaged, and all that remains of it is fragments that include a portion of the hair and part of the shoulder. The hair appears to be very similar to a Semitic hairstyle, and the shoulder fragment shows the remnants of what appears to be a varicolored tunic, a so-called coat of many colors. So we can tell from the fragments that the owner of the statue was originally a Semitic Asiatic. Now, David Rohl in the Patterns of Evidence movies says that this statue belonged to an important Asiatic, and that because this statue had a varicolored tunic, Rohl goes to Genesis 37:3, which says that Israel, Jacob, gave Joseph a varicolored tunic. Rohl concludes that this must be the tomb of Joseph. And given the similarities, many people have come to buy Rohl's conclusion. But it's not quite that simple. We know that this statue was of an important Semitic Asiatic. But does this necessarily mean this was Joseph? First, very little of this tomb remains. There are no inscriptions from the tomb and no identifying characteristics other than this was a Semitic Asiatic. And we can tell from the statue alone that this was a statue of an important Semite in a city full of Asiatic Semites. Was this an important local official? Or was this an early Hyksos prince? It's impossible to say. Second, the tomb dates to late Dynasty 12. Most notably, the tomb dates to a period before the introduction of the chariot, which was after Dynasty 13, 200 years later. This is a problem since the chariot plays an important part in the Joseph narrative, being mentioned in Genesis 41:43 and 46:29. So this tomb cannot belong to any of the early Israelites. Third, Rohl's identification of this statue with Joseph based upon the varicolored tunic is problematic. One problem is that varicolored tunics were not unique to Joseph. The tombs at Beni Hassan show Asiatics immigrating to Egypt, and each one is wearing a varicolored tunic. So potentially, any Asiatic could have been wearing a varicolored tunic. Having a multicolored cloak is not an identifying feature for Joseph. The other matter is what actually happened to Joseph's coat of many colors. Genesis 37:31-32 tells us, "So they took Joseph's tunic and slaughtered a male goat and dipped the tunic in blood. And they sent the varicolored tunic and brought it to their father and said, 'We have found this. Please examine it to see whether it is your son's tunic or not.'" Joseph's brothers stole his tunic, dipped it in blood, then returned the tunic to Jacob to convince him of Joseph's death. So when Joseph arrived in Egypt, he no longer possessed the varicolored tunic that he had in Genesis 37. The Bible is silent as to whether Joseph acquired another varicolored tunic. It's possible that he did, but we simply do not know for sure. Nevertheless, as we have it, the evidence seems against this statue belonging to Joseph. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time on Ancient Egypt and the Bible.